following podcast contains explicit language.
What's going on, Hive Minders? Welcome to the Mind Meld, a podcast hosted by Mason Burns.
Hello, hello.
And me, J.S. Price. The Mind Meld is a lively discussion about yours and our favorite stoner thoughts, pop culture references, video games, and more. Or, as we like to call it, an hour of your lives that you're never getting back.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new... Well, I guess welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been kind of a minute because I was... full disclaimer, my bad, guys. I was
our bad. We take
well,
joint credit.
You know, you
join.
You were like doing a thing. Like you had your, you were just enjoying life. I was like miserable because like I had finals and like that was terrible.
Yeah, well,
right?
Yeah, which is fair. I mean, everyone. Yeah, finals are rough, dude. Finals
no are kind of the worst.
No shame.
But if you notice, we're still in Mason's apartment.
Yeah, same area,
different setup. We're now we've moved, we've evolved to the couch.
It does feel like we've evolved, huh?
It kind of does feel like we've evolved.
Because I feel like I was never really happy with the original setup. Like
really?
I think it looked really good, and I was like happy with it at the time. Mm-hmm. But that shelf, man, I hated.
Dude,
I think it was in such a weird
spot. You were so
spot.
upset about that shelf.
I don't know why, but it feels good now. The background feels really cool. Definitely will add some stuff as time goes on. But yeah, it's been a while. New set. It's funny that the space between like it's being a long time, we have a new setup now. It just happened that way.
No, I mean, well, because you texted me, or you were like, when we were talking at work, you were like, I got to tell you something.
Yeah,
I got a couch.
Yep.
You're like, and so I don't know how we're gonna. I'm figuring out in my brain. How I want to do this Mind Meld setup. And then when I came over today, you're like, all right, so here's where it is. I still kind of don't know what we're going to do.
No, I had no idea, dude.
Right?
I had no idea. Because my whole plan was I wanted to decorate the space with you, essentially, to where we were both, like, happy with it.
Sure.
Tangent?
Not
a tangent, but essentially, for the audio people that are just listening to the audio, they don't see, obviously, that we've moved.
Yeah.
We're on a couch now. We're on a different wall. We have a bunch of different posters behind us. We still have Bernie, our man, Mr. Sanders.
Bernie's back there. He's right behind me.
Us.
He's still got his weed chain
still
on.
Still dripped to the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a Valorant poster back here now. It's very exciting. Obviously, if people have been listening to us and they're on is this episode 11, right?
This is episode 11.
And with that being on episode 11, I've probably talked about Valorant every single episode. I love that game. Jay has got me a poster.
I did.
And I fucking love it. It's awesome. And so it's up on the wall. I've been waiting for us to either move or find a new spot for it. But I fucking love Valorant. And so I wanted to shout out the poster because it's freaking cool.
Dude, I'm so glad that you like it. I was like very stoked when I got that poster.
No, I'm stoked as hell.
But yeah, lots of new stuff is happening. We're trying out a lot of new stuff. For one, obviously you see we don't have the mic arms. We're holding it down.
Yeah. I feel relaxed.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty cozy
relaxed.
in the couch. It's kind of nice. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. No, I feel good.
I just realized we're wearing like the exact same thing.
Yeah, we kind of are. Yeah, we got the black sweater. No,
dude, that's hilarious. We're both wearing like green. Dude, I love you.
Love you too, brother. That could be our bit. We could dress the same every time.
That would be pretty good. But before I go on, Mason.
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Ask me, please.
How was your week?
Oh, I got words to tell, man.
Dude, tell
Stories
me these words. I want to hear them. I want to hear the words.
Because I'm trying to think, right? Thanksgiving happened.
It's been a while. Yeah, so since the last episode, Thanksgiving has happened.
Black Friday obviously happened.
Black Friday.
For the people who have been listening for a while, they know that we work retail.
They know that we work Best Buy.
Yeah, they know that we work out in the...
we're in the fields, brother.
I guess
we're in the trenches.
Kind of the word I was looking for. I was not going to say trenches, but the fields I think is a good one.
Dude, we're in the trenches.
Yeah, Black Friday happened. I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. I think Black Friday is a scam. Just like straight up, like why is it the way it is?
Yeah,
I think it's like that's something I wanted to talk about, like just in general. It's like why the fuck just go shop online. Like get me out of a job. Come on.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that like I feel like Black Friday isn't what it used to be.
No, not at all.
My big problem with it is that like I don't know. I saw a video of a guy that kind of perfectly described it, which I was really like. I thought it was hilarious. I saw it on Twitter. I'm sure a lot of other people saw it as well. But it was this guy who was like, he's like, these Black Friday deals are fucking like worth nothing anymore. He's like, I get 10% off like this TV or whatever. He's like, he's like, when like old Black Friday used to be like, the TVs used to be so cheap that I could like pay my bail for fighting an old woman trying to get this TV and still it would be cheaper than
That's
buying
crazy.
the full price of the TV.
In what world is that like justification? You know what I mean? Where you're like,
just
oh, dude, I could pay my
assaulting an
bill
old
and still-
woman and being
Yeah,
like, give me this
what?
fucking TV.
What?
And then you get the TV. And
COVID
the amount of
ruined
money,
it, I guess, huh?
yeah.
Like that would really be the like what actually happened.
But I will agree, like Black Friday prices are not as expensive.
I don't know, man.
Or as cheap as they used to.
I don't think they need to be. I've kind of come to this realization recently. This might be a weird one, but I've just come to this realization recently that like sales are scams too.
In what way?
Like think about it this way, right? What are the odds? I bought a handful of things on Black Friday because they were on really good deals.
Sure,
but
I got this mic.
I didn't need to buy those things. I bought new AirPods. I didn't need to buy new AirPods. Like, if they weren't on sale, I just wouldn't have bought them. They wouldn't have got my money at all.
I don't. Well, like,
Matt, okay. Think about it this way.
I get what you're
Think about it
saying,
this
but
way.
I'm just like, my concern is like,
buy two get one free deals.
Mason.
I don't need three
I
energy
think you
drinks.
need me to be around when you buy stuff.
I don't need 3 energy drinks.
Mason,
What?
remember when I talked you out of an Apple Watch because you just had money that you wanted to spend?
Yeah, I did have a hole burning in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's my problem, man. I get like once a month I get that feeling. I just like I start like tickling where I'm like, ooh, my debit card needs to take some of this cash out real quick. Ooh. It's getting a little heavy.
That's terrible.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, right?
But like I definitely get that. For me it's a little bit different, I guess.
Yeah.
For me that mostly becomes like food. I'm
Really?
like, can I
I
eat out instead of cooking and rather than being like, oh, I'm gonna get this piece of hardware or whatever it is, right?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, for me it's fully hardware because like
yeah.
I think my like eating habits are pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's fully like my like big my like spends that are like, oh, like I don't want it, like I'll probably eat out once a week no matter what.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean? And so I just have it like in my budget, whereas like hardware I never planned for. Like I just bought a new keyboard I didn't have to buy.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm like this mic was probably, well, obviously I purchased a bunch of other stuff for the podcast, but I definitely didn't need to buy this mic. I definitely could have just gotten another
One of like the ones I'm
one of the
using.
ones, like one of these ones, another one for the podcast or whatever, but I was like, oh, I do kind of want an upgrade at home.
Yeah, you're knuckle grabbing it.
I'm knuckling this
You're
thing.
knuckle grabbing it. Dude, like so sales are scams, something I've learned.
Okay.
Let me think. I mean, like not very. I mean, I got sick. Like other than that, there's not really
You did
anything
get
too
sick.
crazy. I got sick for a while, but it wasn't like a real sickness. It was like I couldn't talk. Ona has it now, right? Ona has it now to where her throat's just like really rough in terms of like just like sound and like a little bit of pain. But
Yeah.
I got sick for
it's
a
a very
little
real
bit.
thing.
I went down to Tacoma, which was nice. I went down to Tacoma twice actually. I guess since we've been recording.
Yeah.
I did that, which was nice.
been
I don't
a while.
know. It's been a while. That's for sure.
It has been.
It's something I wanted to ask you about. I know Thanksgiving is way down the line now, but I want to start here at this point.
Sure.
What is your opinion on turkey?
I don't like turkey.
You think it's good?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't like turkey?
Yeah, I don't like turkey.
Oh. What does your family do turkey at Thanksgiving? Do you just not eat it?
No, we don't do turkey.
Really? What do you do instead?
We usually do chicken.
What's the oh shit.
Because the problem with turkey is like it has that not the enzyme, the fucking.
Wait, do you say you do chicken?
Yeah.
Whoa, like little chickens? Or you like chicken breasts?
Like just we roast a chicken, like a whole chicken.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because turkey, like I feel bad after eating turkey.
You feel bad? Oh, like
Because
physically bad?
It's got that chemical, not like physically bad, but it's got that chemical in it that like I mean it's a literal scientific thing. Turkey
makes
has
you
that
tired?
yeah, it makes you sleepy. I don't like feeling sleepy. Like when
Salmonella.
after I eat, I want to keep eating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a big pie guy, and so if
dude.
I eat too much turkey, I can't eat pie after.
I know that I told you about this, but I want
wanna
to tell
hear
it again because
I want to hear it.
dude, we ate our Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. It was wonderful. I don't even remember what it was. It was just really good.
It was
That's all I
good.
know.
It just
was
went
really
hard.
good. We
Just
fucking
went hard.
decimated it,
Love
right?
it.
We destroyed it. And then me and my stepmom and my dad all went out and smoked a joint.
Oh my god.
Got like just super high and just housed the pies. We like I swear to God, I think we ate 3 pies.
That's a lot.
It was a lot of pie.
Oh, dude,
We ate
pumpkin pie?
so much pie. So it was a pecan pie.
Ooh,
it was a
nice.
pumpkin pie.
Nice.
and it was a Oreo cream pie.
That doesn't even sound real.
Dude, it's like the crust is Oreo cookies, crushed Oreo cookies, and it's like chocolate ice cream with like whipped cream on top. Dude, it was so
that sounds
good.
like something you'd pull out of like a magical portal from
Dude,
a
it was
fantasy
awesome.
land.
It was so
that
good.
doesn't even sound real.
It was so good.
Dude, fucking... I had like basically a whole pumpkin pie in my fridge from left over from Thanksgiving. I had to throw almost all of it away.
That's so sad.
It got moldy. I was so sad. I was so sad because I got sick right after Thanksgiving.
Sure.
And then I just didn't have like the want to eat it. And so it just, because I was like, oh, I should have a meal before I have pie, which was just one, not necessary. I could always eat pie, and two, like I would by the time I'd eat a meal and then I wouldn't be hungry for pie anymore. And so, because like Thanksgiving feels different, right? Your stomach's bigger on Thanksgiving. That's what people say. That's what I would say, right? And so I could eat a full ass meal and some pie, but any other day, I don't think I could pull that off.
Yeah. No, we destroyed our food and our pie. We just
that sounds fucking awesome.
God, it was so. Oh man,
all right.
I miss that pie.
So Thanksgiving was good. You say you miss it?
Yeah, dude, I miss that pie. It was so good. It was fucking awesome.
So Thanksgiving happened, right?
Yeah, Thanksgiving was awesome.
We talked a little bit about Black Friday already. I mean, it was busy. That's really all there is to it.
It wasn't that busy for me.
I mean, yours was more like a regular day.
Well, yeah, because I'm Geek Squad, so it's not like a lot of people are coming in.
You didn't get any walk-ins either. Because like, who's doing a Geek Squad walk-in on Black Friday? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I don't remember any walk-ins, actually. Yeah, I pretty much only remember the appointments, and even then, so many of them didn't show up, so I was just kind of like,
they're like, oh, it's Black Friday, I'll reschedule.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe that.
Right.
So, like, if it was busy on the sales floor, but it wasn't too bad for you. But it never felt unmanageable. That was my biggest fear going into Black Friday. That it was going to be unmanageable. It was going to feel unmanageable because it was going to happen regardless. It was going to be managed regardless. But I was scared that it was going to feel like it was just the house burning down for hours.
Dude, you want to know what's funny? Mm-hmm. You know how they always cater Black Friday? Like they always get food. They get food for us. Every day that I go to work, I just take some food and put it in my pockets and go home with it.
I was just telling someone this the other day too that I think I've been eating the most calories I've eaten this past like couple weeks than I have.
Dude, that's what you're supposed to do.
For like a couple months ago.
It's like cold
because I'm eating. I don't vape anymore, so I don't walk outside on my breaks. So I sit in the break room now on my breaks, and then when I sit in the break room, I see the free cup of noodles just chilling. Yeah, and so I'll just eat a cup of noodle. You know what I mean? Like I just would never sit in the break room.
Yeah,
like I used to be proud of that. I'd be like, oh, I never get in the break room. But like now that I've like sat in the break room, like, dude, I'm freaking a psycho. It's cold outside. Like, why would I not want to be inside right now?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and since I stopped vaping, that's like the whole concept is that it's just I just sit in the break room now, so I eat more food.
Dude, I'm not even kidding you. I went to work the other day, worked my shift, had one of the Hot Pockets in the freezer for lunch. And then clocked off, and as I was clocking off, I walked into the break room, put 6 Hot Pockets in my jacket.
Oh my god!
And left.
6 is a lot.
I know.
That's fucking crazy.
And then I went home and put them in my freezer.
Have you eaten them all?
When was this? Like 2 days ago? No, I haven't eaten
2 days would have been just enough time for me to finish that 6 Hot Pocket.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty... I can hold back. I think I've had like 4 of them.
I've been staying up late pretty consistently the past couple days.
Sure.
And
same.
so I would probably eat one at like 10, and then I'd eat another one at like 2. And then I'd go to bed at 4.
Yeah.
So like I would just be eating them like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Black Friday was fine. I don't know, man. Like it baffles me. I could talk about how baffling Black Friday is forever. Like it just should just be another day.
Sure.
Like, or maybe we should have it off the day after Thanksgiving. You know, I wouldn't.
That would make sense. I would love the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. At least it's not like it used to be.
That would be an extra day to just hang out with my family.
That's what I'm saying. At least it's not how it used to be, right? To where like it would start at like 4:00 on Thanksgiving. Do you remember that? When it would start at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
I remember getting up at like 4 a.m. on my first Black Friday. And
like it used to start at like 4:00 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving Day.
Really?
Like they would open beforehand, stay open all night, and then just be open.
Really?
Yeah, like some places in Tacoma would do that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, some places in Tacoma would do that, and it was like I literally remember my family being like, "Yeah, we got to get there before like 5:00 on Thanksgiving Day." I'm like, "That's psycho.
That is psycho.
That's crazy." I literally, if I worked at Best Buy and they told me, "Yeah, we're gonna be open at 4:00 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving," I would be sad.
Dude,
I wouldn't be able to contest it, but I would definitely be sad.
Like, I don't know. those are the kinds of things where I'm like, Best Buy is kind of an unrealistic company where I'm like,
unrealistic.
as in like if they ask you to work, because that's the thing, right? Is like we actually, sorry, I just moved my mic around a lot. That probably sounded weird on the audio.
All good.
That's the thing, right? Is when I was talking to my manager about it, my boss, she was like, yeah, we're pretty lucky to get Thanksgiving off this year because usually we don't. And I was like, what?
Yeah, no.
I was like, how does Best Buy expect people to be away from their family and work on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, there's a reason they don't do it anymore.
The holiday is entire, like, although I'm not like a big fan of Thanksgiving, I appreciate the fact that it is
the family
time for, it's family time.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And like that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, like really, you're gonna be that much of a dickhead, Best Buy?
It's kind of the kickoff for me. Thanksgiving is kind of going more like trending more positively. Like Thanksgiving is 100% the kickoff for like the holiday season.
I would agree.
Like definitely like Halloween is fun, but it's separate. It's not the kickoff. Thanksgiving is the kickoff because Thanksgiving happens, and then Christmas happens, and then New Year's happens.
The second that Thanksgiving is over, like you and I were fucking putting up that tree at Owen and Bonnie's.
Yeah, we were. My tree was up before.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, no, well,
I'm just kidding. That was kind of mean.
No, you're okay. Yeah, my tree was up before because I knew I was leaving.
Yeah,
and I like to do it like have it up like right after Thanksgiving.
Sure.
So just to make sure I.
I mean, don't beat around the bush. I know you're addicted to. I love Christmas too.
I love Christmas.
Dude, I love honestly, Christmas. Dude, I fucking love Christmas.
Yeah. Oh,
if Santa came down my chimney, I'd fuck him.
Oh Lord.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm just quoting Dracula's Flow 4.
Wait, he says that?
He says that.
There's 4 of them?
There's 4 of them now.
Is it the same guy every time?
It's the same guy every time. The 4th one came out. It's 10 minutes long.
That's crazy.
It's 10 minutes, and at like the 8th minute, he goes, Santa came down my chimney, I'd fuck him.
Oh my God. For those of you who are curious, don't look up Dracula's Flow.
Dude, look up Dracula's Flow.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, I advocate for Dracula's Flow.
You
Go watch Dracula's Flow. Yeah, don't listen to Mason.
Not me.
Go watch it. Go look up Dracula's Flow 3. Watch it front to back. I'm standing behind this.
I'll let you stand behind that. I will. Dude, Dracula's Flow. Oh, Christmas lights. What is your opinion? Do you think they're cool?
On Christmas lights?
Yeah. Do you like them? Do you think they're cool? Oh, okay, wait. Have you seen the sorry. I'll let you answer in a second.
Entire derail.
Have you seen the like videos of people putting like the Christmas light shows on, where it's like a bunch of like Christmas lights synced up to music and shit?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Do you think it's cool? Or do you think it's like overkill?
A little bit. I mean, yeah, I think it's cool. I just like, I don't know. My opinion, I'm very much like I'm an indoors person when it comes to like Christmas.
Like the season.
Yeah. Like I love being inside and looking at the lights and being like, wow, it's so pretty. But the second that I have to like go outside and watch a show or watch like some Christmas event, I'm like, why the fuck am I out here? It's cold. Like the lights are pretty, but like I'm not, I would.
Would you be the type of person that goes to watch the ball drop at all? Because like, that's another scenario where it's just cold as hell, but it's just an event that happens.
No,
you wouldn't.
But I do go to. There is a parade in Bellevue, Bellevue.
I don't know.
The rich neighborhood across the bridge, Bellevue, in Seattle, across from Seattle.
That's Bothell, isn't it?
No, it's not Bothell.
Bellevue's like pretty far away from Seattle. It is across the bridge. No, you're right.
It's Bothell. It's got to be.
You said Bellevue.
It's Bellevue, dude. It's Bellevue. Regardless. It is. You're right. Sorry, okay. I don't know what I'm saying.
So there's a thing that happens that you go to.
Yes, there's a thing that happens every year where they do like a big parade, big Christmas parade. They play a bunch of music. They play, Mariah Carey and
love it.
And
I love Mariah Carey.
Dude, who doesn't love Mariah Carey?
All I want for Christmas is you. Such a banger.
You're killing
a banger.
There's
certified. There's a children's.
There's so many children outside.
Yeah. Well, there's like a Montessori school down the street.
Oh, there's a lot of children outside.
Yeah. They're trick or treating.
There's a really good video of. Do you know who Rudy Mancuso is?
No, not off the top.
He's
actor.
Sort of. He's a musician, but he also does like comedy sketches.
Oh no, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
And he's like a relatively prominent name, I would say, but he does this video with Mariah Carey. It's clearly like a comedy sketch. Mariah Carey is wearing like a dress that's like a little more revealing of her cleavage or whatever, and
or whatever,
and Rudy's like Mariah Carey like baked cookies or whatever, and he's like eating cookie, and he's like, "This is a really good cookie," and she goes, "Do you want milk with it?"
Ew.
And he goes, and that's all I ever think about every time I see Mariah Carey now.
Oh,
so I'm
God.
like, that's crazy. That is an insane thing that she agreed to do.
That is a wild skit. There's like people who do like SNL bits. Like
Right?
that's how I think when people like when actors go, because obviously like it's like a big thing for like publicity or whatever. But like some SNL bits are crazy.
Yeah, right?
Like some of them are just like straight up racist, and it's like, whoa, whoa,
guy, can you say that?
Yeah. Or it's like the newsroom ones where they're like not reading stuff that they didn't write, so they have no idea what they're gonna say, and like sometimes it's just like straight up racist.
Yeah, just straight racism, dude. Yeah, no, those ones are crazy.
It's a fucking SNL bit and a half, man.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
What I like. So Christmas lights are cool.
To answer your question, though,
Yeah,
I do like Christmas lights.
nice.
Yeah, I do think it's very nice to look at.
My family used to oh god, we would go out to dinner, right?
Sure.
My family would go out to dinner, and we would we'd all drive in the same car. 'Cause we had a really big car, and all 6-7 of us would fit in it, depending on how many people were going.
Sure.
And we would do this thing to where we'd be driving home, and my dad would just nonchalantly not say anything, take the wrong way home, right?
Yeah.
And it was always to look at Christmas lights. He just loved looking at Christmas lights with the family, because I think it was a moment to where the kids couldn't say no. Everybody had to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And we all had to look at these Christmas lights, and they called it the Forced Family Fun Time, the FFF, the Forced Family Fun Time. Because we can't get out of the car, we cannot walk home, we got to look at these Christmas lights together. And like, I don't know,
you're being held hostage,
essentially. Like it was a whole family motion.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't like painful. It was like an extra 5 minutes on the way home. You know what I mean? It was just like it was the same moment where it was like, why are we doing this right now?
I do have a funny story to tell when you're finished.
Oh yeah, no, I'm done. That was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
My family used to do a similar thing every year in Seattle. It's called Candy Cane Lane.
Candy Cane Lane.
Candy Cane Lane.
That sounds very festive.
Also, when I was younger, I was a fucking moron, and I used to call candy canes candy cans. I don't know why. I thought it was a candy can.
A candy can.
I think I was just dumb.
That sounds like a movie.
But I also grew up in an immigrant family, so.
Oh, so like.
But also, they knew better. They kept trying to correct me, and
did they know better?
Yeah, no, they knew better. They were like, "It's candy cane," and I was like, "You're fucking wrong." And they were like, "Actually, you are, you dumbass child."
Like, no. Last time I checked.
So yeah, we used to do a similar thing, Candy Cane Lane.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one year, I don't know why, but I was always one of those kids that for some reason, whenever I had to use the bathroom in the car, like if I had to take a piss, I would never tell my parents.
You wouldn't tell people?
Yeah. I'd be
you
like,
just have to pee?
I'd be like, they're going to get mad at me if I tell them I have to piss.
What?
And so then I would just like, be like, I have to hold it, right? But Candy Cane Lane is like long.
It's like how long? Like give me a time frame. Do you have a time frame estimation? I'm just curious.
Dude, I don't remember because I don't think we did it after this happened. But I essentially,
you're literally just like, oh, don't worry, I ruined this experience for our family. That's awesome. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear now. I need to hear the rest of this.
I
know it involves piss. I know it involves piss.
I had to piss so bad. I was like, at the last minute, I was like, guys, like, Mom, Brad, I have to piss. And they were like, how bad? And I was like right now. And so they were like what?
Right now? At that point, your parents are just like, what am I supposed to do right now? Like, what do you really expect me to do?
I don't know, but like
oh my god.
Right? And so the only thing that they could do, because they were like, we can't stop, there's cars behind us and cars in front of us, and it's like a one-way street.
yeah it's meant to be like you're in your car for like an hour.
yeah, right. And so they just gave me like this like jar.
No.
Yeah, because it was the only thing that we had in the car. and I pissed in it.
The festive piss jar.
The festive piss jar.
Wow.
And then we never did Candy Cane Lane again.
How old were you? Do you know?
I think I was like, oh man, my brother was born by that time. So he was pretty young though. I want to say he was like maybe 3. How much older am I than my brother? He's... No, he was still young. Was he even born? No, I'm trying to think, man. How much older am I than my brother? I'm
no idea.
He's 13. Okay. I'm 21.
You can do that math. I believe in you.
I don't know if I can.
13. 21. What's 21 minus 13?
Like,
you can do it. I believe in you.
8?
Yep.
Okay.
It's 8. Ooh. Wiping the sweat off your brow for that one, man. Holy. I was really like nervous that you were gonna like feel really bad because you couldn't get it, but you got it. So I'm proud of you.
I did get it.
I'm proud of you.
Man, I really hope my dad doesn't listen to this episode. He's gonna be like, dude, come on, man.
When's the last time you've done math?
Dude, I'll also tell the story here in a minute about math, but yeah, all right.
Excuse me. Yeah, coming off the sickness still.
So, oh fuck, what was I saying?
Pissed in a jar.
Pissed in a jar.
Yep. Trying to figure out how old you were.
Right. I think it must have been like 10.
You think so?
Maybe.
I think that's old enough to piss in a jar, but also not old enough to decide that you had to pee before going on Candy Cane Lane. I think that's fine.
Dude, you want to know what's funny?
I give that my stamp of age approval.
Age approval? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I think that's fine.
The turning point for me was once, I always had to do that. I would always be like, I'm going to say it at the last possible minute. I don't know why. I was just like, I was scared that my parents were going to get mad. And then once my stepmom got really mad, she was like...
Because you waited.
She was like, we were like on a flight and we were landing and they're like, you can't get up. And I was like, I have to pee so bad. And my stepmom like looks at me and she's like, you were going to have to hold it. You have to hold it. And that like scared me enough to the point where now I just...
You should just pissed your pants.
Dude, I either pee immediately before leaving or I'm capable of holding it for like 8 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I just pee all the time. Like I just like, I don't know. I just pee whenever... like when I drove to Texas, I definitely like... I think I pulled over at almost every rest stop because I was just like, just in case. Like the next one's 45 miles. Like I don't know how far that is.
That's crazy. Just pull off on the side of the road.
No, I ought to do that. When the state has when some people's taxes, not always mine, some people's taxes are paid for these rest stops.
Okay, dude.
I should pee in them. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, to tell you about my math story.
Oh yeah, please do.
The last time I did math was probably actually my senior year of high school.
What?
And even then I wasn't good at
That's
it.
a long time ago.
Dude, I do like my bank app auto budgets for me. My like everything.
Auto budgets? That sounds nice.
It's so nice. But like I haven't had to do math in ages. The one math class that I took in college was like a It was like some sort of like personal finance class.
Oh, so
and
it wasn't
it was like
real
it was
math.
like multiple choice answers.
Oh.
And so I would give the question and the answers to ChatGPT, and it would give me. Can I admit this on podcast?
I'd wait till you graduate.
It's probably fine.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
You use ChatGPT. Was it during COVID times?
Yes.
We'll leave the story there.
Yeah.
Moral of the story is,
don't cheat on your homework.
I mean,
but also, I mean, like you can cheat on your homework a little bit. Cheat on your homework. Come on, man. Homework is hard. School is fucking stupid, dude.
I prefer.
I mean, like it's good for you. Stay in school, but also like, come on, man.
I prefer to abstain. I think school is fine up until everything that's mandatory is fine. Everything after that is just up to you. You know what I mean? Like when I was in high school, man. Okay, this can be a rant now. I'm about to go off.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, right, a very similar time to you. I'm just a little bit older.
Sure.
And the whole concept of everything that they tell you about after high school is just go to college. That's the only thing they tell you. Only thing they tell you.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but here's the thing, right? Almost everybody I know that didn't immediately know what they wanted to do when they went to college took an extra year. That's why so many people take 5 years, because they go to college before they knowing what they want to do, and so they just get crapped on, and then they have to take some more time and pay more money.
Probably,
right?
Yeah.
Right? It's because they don't know. At least that's how a lot of people I know made it that way, to where they fucking what's it called? Where like essentially, again, they were never forced, but like that's like you almost feel forced, you know, to go to college, and so you go without knowing what you want to do, and then you waste your fucking time and money, and then like boom, it's a waste of time. I literally wasted probably 2 years of college, like when I look back on it now.
Yeah, I would tend to agree.
Like, I have so many credits that are just not being applied to my degree right now.
I think that is kind of like my biggest gripe with college is I feel like I would be done so much sooner if I didn't have to take so many bullshit classes.
You have to waste your time.
Yeah, I think that the minimum required credits to graduate should be lower.
Really?
The minimum required credits to graduate for Western is 180.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, it is 180.
It is 180, and I'm like, that's cool and all, but here's the thing: my major, English with an emphasis on creative writing, is 60 credits, which is why I'm like just barely able to graduate within 4 years. Yeah. If I did any other major, which is 120 credits, like that's
you would have been done. The way I think about it now, right, is that the program I'm doing now, right, it's a self-paced program.
Sure.
And it's essentially everything that I need. Very little fluff, very little anything, but it's still a nationally accredited university that is on the same level of accreditation as Western is.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm paying significantly less money, going at my own pace to where I can finish faster, and
dude, I'd never finish if I did that.
And what was the last thing? Oh, and I'm just doing it at my own pace, right? So it's like super easy. And it's like I feel like I've been going so slow, but every time I talk to my advisor, she's like, oh my God, like your pace is so good, like you're doing so good. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm doing nothing.
Well, yeah, that's because everyone else, like, that's probably like me, is like, oh, I can do one assignment a month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, which is fair, but like that's how it feels like I've been doing it. I've done a total, I think, of 4 assignments. And I already have completed 2 courses. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Can I drop out of Western and do what you're doing?
Like I'm a big advocate of where I'm going right now. To be fair, I don't know how, because the way
to shout it out for the podcast.
Oh, it's Western Governors University.
Oh,
it's an online program, fully self-paced, very cheaper than your average school. But again, you need to have the like intrinsic motivation to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Tell your advisor to listen to the podcast.
You need to have
listen to my piss story.
Your piss story, yeah. You need to have like an intrinsic motivation to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Which is hard for a lot of people.
Which is hard. Well, that's why COVID kind of shit on people's work ethic.
Yeah.
Because like when you're in class,
100%,
right?
Yeah.
Like when you're in class, it's a whole different form of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like even professors and teachers got shitted on with their work ethic. Like I think a lot of professors just started. And again, I don't know how true this is.
The amount of reused like syllabuses I've seen.
Yeah, like I feel like it became like a like especially when they went online and they knew people weren't paying attention. It became a phoned-in experience.
Yeah,
and like that's not what you want to be providing to the kids that you're teaching, to the people that you're teaching.
Yeah,
most in colleges you're teaching adults, right? But
yeah.
in like high school and stuff like that, therefore like if you're forcing kids to go to school, like you can't phone in shit like that. You know what I mean? Like you're not being forced to be there. That's your fucking profession.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man.
Like, take it seriously.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts in terms of how fucking
I get what you're saying, though. Because,
yeah.
like, I like, admittedly, I definitely, like, I lost... Dude, I was killing it my senior year of high school. And then freshman year of college, when, like, COVID was in its height, I was, like... I just put all my time into streaming. Yeah. I didn't give a shit about
That's
college.
That's what I'm saying, man. Is that it really...
like my work
really
ethic was gone.
People. Yeah, rolled a lot of people's work ethic, and that's like, I mean, you see it with like, there's a lot of TikTok influencers that I've seen like them do content that's like, where did like that talks about that, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, did you hear that too? That was weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like it's, because I don't know. I took a break because I knew that if I were gonna keep going, I'd get burned out. Did you go all the way through COVID? Did you take a break?
No, I didn't take a break.
Wow.
Because I was more concerned. I guess in my head, like, I probably should have taken a break, honestly, because I was like kind of not a great student all up until senior year when I like finally got my shit together.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you were in high school during COVID?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I didn't even think about that.
Well,
this is your senior year, right?
Yeah, halfway through my senior year is when COVID happened.
Oh, yeah, because I was fully in college at that point. That was my second year of college.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
So senior year of high school, I actually kind of had like my shit together, and so I guess I was so used to not being a good student that in my head I was like, oh, if I take a break, I'm never going to want to come back to school the same way.
That's honestly fair. What's the saying people say? C's get degrees?
Yeah, but you can say that with everything. As long as you add an S to the end, fucking B's, D's, C's, they all sound the same.
A's? A's don't get degrees?
I mean, A's get degrees, but it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Off the tongue.
Yeah. I mean, like,
F's.
you have it's like, yeah, F's, yeah, exactly. F's don't get degrees.
No.
A's do get degrees, but it doesn't sound good.
No,
but C's, D's, and B's.
Oh, shit.
D's get degrees.
Nice.
That was supposed to be.
No,
I guess it didn't come off as well, but in my head it was D-E-E-Z.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I heard it in your voice. No, for sure.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, as someone who wants to be a teacher, right?
Right.
It's all about helping people find their own intrinsic motivation to learn.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's the crazy thing is that it's fucking impossible. How do you talk to a student, right? And then go, I want you to learn this. And then they go, why? And you're like, I don't have a good answer for you.
I took the class, Bozo.
I can't. Yeah, I can't tell you why. You have to come up with your own why. How do you guide a person?
I'm here to do
that?
my job, pal. You're here to do yours.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. How do you like guide a person in that direction? I don't know. That's something that I've been like thinking about a lot recently. It's like how do you guide a person to want to learn? I
guess it kind of depends on what you're doing as well. I feel like as a college professor, it's a little easier to be like,
that's fair.
Be like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because like in college, like. These people have to take like they choose whether they want to take these classes or not.
Yeah.
Like they're taking these, you know, I can be like, well, it's like I want to take like astrology like 217 or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool. I chose to take that class. Yeah. So the teacher, it's their job to teach the one subject that they know how to teach. And if I am like, why are you teaching me this? It's not their job to be like,
I'm teaching this because you want to learn this.
Because you chose to take the class, bozo.
Well, it's like all the teachers that like huge lecture halls, right? Picture a huge lecture hall, 200 plus people.
Sure. I was in those.
They don't care. They don't care how many people are tuning in. They might care if it starts at like 200 people and then they notice at the end of the quarter that it's 75 people. Like that's a problem.
Yeah.
But like they don't care. They're just
like,
if you choose not to show up. I have once done the math to see how much money I was wasting by skipping class. That is the most worst math you could possibly do. Because you take your tuition, right? Mm-hmm. And then your tuition is based on the number of credits or if you're a full-time student. Mm-hmm. So if you're a full-time student, you can figure out how many credit hours in the week that you're paying for, divided by the amount of weeks, and then you know how much money you're paying for each individual class, right? And so I've done that math before. It is not pretty math, my man. It is not pretty math.
Dude, really?
It is like $50+ if not more. You're missing out on every time you skip a class.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Like that is the craziest thing I think I've ever like figured out.
Yeah.
Is that it's like imagine if you skip 3 classes in a quarter, hundreds of dollars just wasted in terms of credit hours.
That doesn't feel bad.
Yeah, right? Like I still skipped classes after figuring that out. I won't lie. But like every time I did, I was like, man, this feels so much worse than it could have. That's why I think it's a scam.
I don't feel that bad about skipping classes sometimes.
No, I usually don't. But again, like once, like right after I figured that out, I was like,
if it's like a class I have nailed down, I'll be like, I'm not going to class.
Really?
Like if it's a class that I have an A in, where like the majority of the content is pretty much put on, Canvas or online.
Oh, if it's like a lecture-based class?
Yeah, like, you still go to class, they have like the lecture and they have, slides or whatever. But they still post those slides online.
Yeah.
And like I still am passing the class. I'm like, why do I need to go to class? Like, what are they going to tell me that I can't figure out on my own?
Yeah, fair.
Based on the tools that they've given me.
That's like the classic like 8 a.m. class. Like people take 8 a.m. classes and then just skip all the time because it's too early.
Dude, okay. Here's something interesting. Mm-hmm. I had to have a conversation with one of my professors this quarter because he had an insane attendance policy.
Like you had to be there a certain amount of times.
So here's what it was, right? Okay. So first of all, I want to preface by being like, I'm like I'm depressed. It is hard for me to get up in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
I need to take my medication, right? And so his class, 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. class. You are allowed 3 unexcused absences.
Okay.
Where you can just like not tell him, just not show up, whatever.
Okay. He marks you, obviously.
Yep. It's like it doesn't affect your grade.
Okay.
After that, every other absence you have brings your overall grade down by 1 entire letter.
Oh my God. 1 entire letter?
1 entire letter.
That's crazy.
And I definitely my bad. I didn't read the fine print. I definitely missed quite a few classes because I woke up and I was like, I am not feeling
and
today.
then towards the end of the quarter, you were like, oh shit. This is actually a big
problem. And then I saw this and I was like, is he allowed to do this? This is crazy.
Probably, right?
No other professor I've seen has done this.
Yeah.
Who demands their students to be in this class when pretty much all the reading material that you provide is on the website?
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, right? Is how much is he doing in class? I don't know. Because it's one of those things where when I hear 3, I go, that's not that bad of a number. But is it like a 3-day-a-week class?
Yeah, 3 day week.
Yeah, and so if you miss one whole week, it's just over. It's just done.
It's Jover, dude.
That sounds crazy. And so you had to talk to him?
Yeah, I had to be like, dude.
Did he excuse it? Was he nice about it? Or was he kind of an asshole?
He was a little bit of an asshole, but he was he's like, I'll tell you this. He's like, I've never failed a student because of attendance.
Oh, interesting.
He's like, so I'll tell you, he's like, I'm going to hold to my principles, which is that I've never failed a student because of attendance, but I'm also going to kind of talk to my coworkers about it and get their opinions. And I was like, okay, talk to your coworkers. All of them are probably, in my head, I was like, that sounds good. Probably none of them are as much of a psycho as you. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I feel like I've never taken
letter
a couple
grade.
Classes. Letter grades are a lot. If you were to be it drops you a percentage, I'd be like, okay, 1% every other unexcused absence. But I don't know. It's in what world does he need to...
Missing a class and the maximum grade you can get for that quarter is a B.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's in what world are you... Because at that point, it almost feels like you're that you're not confident in your teaching ability, and so you force the students... You force an ultimatum on the students that you should not have to force on them.
Yeah.
Is really what it comes down to, right? Because it's not... The principle itself of wanting your students to be in class is fine, but also when you're forcing them to do it based on the principle of you being a teacher isn't motivating enough for them to be in class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not engaging the students well enough for them to want to be there every day.
But it's also it's... You don't know what's going on in their lives. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. There's no... It's in my opinion... That is because he has low self-esteem. I think it is his own personal problem that has made him do that.
It's possible.
I don't there's no way that it's anything else, because it's not it's literally I want my students to sit here and listen to me drone on every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not I'm going to make my students want to come in because I'm doing cool stuff and I'm teaching interestingly and we're looking at cool things.
Yeah.
I'm forcing you to come into class because I want you to hear me talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's bogus. But I get the sentiment of wanting your students in the class.
Yeah,
that's just the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. What teacher doesn't want their students to be in class and engaging?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Is there's different solutions to the problem other than let me drop your letter grade a little scared human being. I didn't mean to just call him out like that. What's his name, by the way? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let me just name drop real quick.
Kidding. Go to Rate My Professor and rate him, please.
Yeah.
Everybody
make his life hell. No, don't do that.
Please don't. We love our professors.
Oh fuck! What was it? What was I gonna say? I forgot. There's something in regards to the.
Oh, you know what we have to. Am I good at tangent off? Is that okay? Do you want a second?
Before I want to think about this.
Okay, I'll give you a second.
I need a second to fucking
calibrate,
yep, figure out what I was trying to say about this thing about having to get up in the morning. Oh yeah, my other big problem with it was that it was unexcused absences, right? So you could email and be like, "Hey, I can't make it to class or whatever." Mm-hmm. He never ever responded to emails, so I would never know if he saw it. He would I would be like, "Hey, I can't make it. I'm not feeling well or whatever," and then he wouldn't respond. And
So you have no idea.
I'd have no idea. I'd be like, what does this mean?
Like, is this
like, do I have to go to class?
Yeah.
Like, what? And so, yeah.
Was it an 8 a.m. class?
It was an 8 a.m. class.
Gross, dude.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I'd be like, dude, and it's not like I was messaging him at like midnight the night before, being like, I can't make it to class. I would be like, dude, I'm do it in like the afternoon. Give him like ample time to see it.
Yeah, yeah. You would know well in advance. You would tell him well in advance.
Yeah, be like, I'm not coming to class. I can't.
Goddamn.
And he'd be like, zip. I'm like, dude, come on.
Was he a good teacher though when you were there? Because I think that's really the make or break for me. Because if he was a bad teacher, like if he was like I don't like to call teachers bad, but if he was like a not,
I mean, I'm sure he was
engaging teacher. Because like it all depends on the subject, right? Like it's so hard to make like math and stuff interesting. They're playing outside.
They're playing outside.
Is it snowing?
Dark out.
Do you think it's snowing?
Do I think it's snowing?
Yeah.
What if it is snowing?
I mean, why else would they be outside?
I don't know. Let me look.
But that's kind of my thought.
Continue.
Can I tangent off? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So,
actually, no, never mind. I lied.
You guys are scaredy cats.
You guys are scaredy cats. I can't hear it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck. Last thing. He. I would say, yeah, he probably is a good teacher, good professor.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But my problem is that I didn't like his style.
Oh, was he a very like? Did he just drone on?
No, it wasn't that he was a droning on type of person. He was very much like he wanted you to answer the question, and he would never give you the answer because he would want you to answer it.
What was the subject?
It was called Rhetoric Studies.
That just sounds crazy.
And it was an interesting class, and I definitely I think that the subject is super interesting, and I think overall the class is interesting, but I think that I mean, to be fair, I do have some amount of social anxiety as well. So
when you get called on,
when I'm in a class and I'm trying to learn something and I don't know the answer and I'm waiting for him to give me the answer, and then he calls on me to answer it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Why is this happening?
I'm like, don't call on me. I'm like, I need you to give me the answer so that I can learn. And
you're like, why is this happening right now?
Yeah.
Nah. Well, that. How old is he?
Older? He's younger. He's
okay.
I want to say he's
I was gonna say that's why.
Really?
Almost everything that I'm learning in my education classes are to not give your students the answer.
Really?
Is to create reasons for them to
get there on their own.
To not necessarily get there on their own, but to give them the pathway. You know what I mean?
I don't like that.
Well, because a lot of the stuff I'm learning is very general,
sure,
as well, right? But the way I think about it in terms of science is it's all about if you give them the tools to figure out any problem, they can intrinsically learn and create solutions in their own mind. Whereas if you give them the solution and make them work backwards, they can't create new solutions for different problems that arise. Does that make sense?
I suppose so, but I guess
I do get where you're coming from though, in terms of how am I supposed to know the answer is right if you don't give it to me, right? That's the concept. Because
I guess
you could come to a conclusion but not know if it's right until they grade your paper and you get an F. That's where it kind of becomes a rough
I guess the thing is it's there's I see school as a foundation.
Okay.
We have our jobs and the rest of our lives are very much our problems that we need to find a solution for. Okay. But school is that foundation where they give us the answers to those problems. They give us the answers so that we can later on figure out those solutions. I don't want to have to figure out the solution for something that is the foundation of what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
Interesting. Okay.
I want somebody to give me the answer so that I can learn it.
Okay.
Be like, this makes sense. I understand this now. And who's calling me?
That's
my stepmother's calling me.
Do you need to answer that? We can pause it.
I can pick up.
I mean, I'd rather pause it for her privacy. She doesn't know we're recording.
That's true. I'll tell her.
That's 100% up to you.
She'll be fine with it, maybe. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm recording the podcast.
Okay. You call me whenever you can in the next couple of days.
Cool. Can do.
Love you.
I love you too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah. I love my stepmom. She's cool.
Very sweet. I get where you're coming from, though. In terms of, you feel like this shouldn't be the hard part. The hard part should be your job.
Yeah.
which intrinsically makes sense. But I guess for me, coming from like a STEM standpoint in comparison, I had a lot of teachers that would do what you're talking about. They would walk me through they would like show me a thing, give me their one method and like an example problem, and then I wouldn't be able to apply that because I don't know how to do it still. You know what I mean? Like they would walk me through how to do this math calculus problem, and I'd see it in the simplistic example that they had. But as soon as it gets more complex than what they showed me word for word, I couldn't do it. I you know what I mean? Whereas if I learned the tools to start, like where, like, you know what I mean? Like that's when it would feel different. So I guess from like a calculus STEM standpoint is kind of where I think about it.
That's fair. But I mean, to be fair, I'm very much like a writer.
And so I think that's why it feels different for me. I'm like that makes sense though, in terms of like you want to be given the answers, especially if it's like if it's like this is the rhetoric that they're using here, and it's not like and it's not like do this problem. It's what are they doing right here, and how can you replicate it? I feel like that's a different.
It's very like I feel like everything is like based around like a certain foundation.
Would you I'm gonna change it off. Is that okay?
Sure.
Cool. If you were so in the writing world, right? Would you rather write sci-fi or fantasy? Like if you had to choose a subgenre or a genre to write in, out of the two specifically.
Out of those two
specifically, yeah. Sci-fi or fantasy?
Sci-fi.
Sci-fi?
Yeah.
Really? Why? From the writing perspective, not from like you like reading it more or anything like that. From purely the writing perspective. I don't know if that makes it harder or not, but like what makes it more interesting to be world building in the sci-fi genre?
I think especially with where we're at right now in terms of our world of technology, I feel like there's a lot more to imagine in regards to the possibilities.
That's interesting.
When it comes to fantasy, I feel like there are kind of like
you're
building blocks for what you have.
Yeah.
You have
it's been done essentially.
You have like dragons. You have you have like all the like when I think fantasy, I think The Hobbit or like Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying?
Warcraft
or World of yeah right.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And I think that there is a lot that you can do with it. But I think that with sci-fi, there's a lot more that you can do in regards to technology.
That's interesting.
Which I think is really cool. That's why I'm of the opinion that The Matrix is the best movie of all time. That's why I'm of that opinion. Because for the time that it came out in 1999, it was so ahead of its time. Like in what world in 1999? People are getting used to the idea of computers, the internet.
Y2K literally happened that year, which was like it's crazy to think about now. Just the fact that was like scary for people,
right? There's like people are getting used to all this stuff, right? Then the fucking Wachowski sisters come out and they're like,
the Wachowski sisters.
Check this out. We made this movie about how everything you know and love and exist in is all simply a figmentation of a computer program that you currently exist within, and your sole purpose as a human in this society is as a battery for the machine city. Like
that is
and like
crazy.
Wake up, sheeple!
Wake up,
sheeple! There's a real world out there. We need to fight the machines.
This could be us.
But like it's crazy. It was so ahead of its time.
That is a crazy concept, actually. Because especially like you said, in 1999, like Sword Art Online has not come out yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nobody's thinking about that concept.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting prospect. Because I think you're right, and obviously like the imagination is limitless, so fantasy could truly go anywhere.
Yeah.
But like there is very essential parts of fantasy like that I've just lived on for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's essentially defined fantasy.
You know what I like
a
lot? Actually, which is I think is kind of like a lot of people just don't like it for some reason. I like paladins. I think paladins are such a cool concept. Yeah. Because the whole like concept behind paladins for like most like D&Ds, like in World of Warcraft is like this too, right? Is they fucking have this oath that they just like live by, and that's what gives them power.
Really?
Like God's like the secondary point. If they break like in World of Warcraft, the way that it works, right? I'm about to nerd out.
Okay.
Because I've been watching a lot of World of Warcraft lore videos.
Sure.
The way that the light works in World of Warcraft is you freaking you basically just like have this like these three like tenets that you follow.
Okay.
And if you don't follow any of these tenets, it just doesn't work. But like the light's not
Weird.
God. Like it's not like a godly thing.
Yeah.
It's just a form of magic.
Interesting.
You're just like exuding light power, right? And so, but if you don't have those tenets, it's all about willpower.
Yeah.
If
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have the like, if you don't hold your like, one of the tenets is that you have to believe that what you're doing is like entirely right for the greater good of the world, or else or else your power won't do it.
Interesting.
Right? So like it has to be good for the, and then there's like fucking like bad people who like are committing genocide, but they think it's right for the betterment of the world, so they can still use the power of the light.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right. So they're like straight up committing genocide,
That's crazy.
but they're using fucking holy power
Yeah.
to do it. I don't know. I think it's cool. And
That's like-
I just think that the concept of like the tenets that you have to live by in order
Not to
for
get
this power to work.
controversial, but
Isn't that
like,
wild?
that's kind of like I feel like that's like kind of the basis of a lot of arguments for religion today.
Yeah, yeah. Is that it's like you need to.
That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That's kind of dude.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft is on another level.
Dude, the Scarlet Crusade.
Whoa.
The Scarlet Crusade, man. Look them up. Look them up, man. They're
That's
committing genocide.
really crazy.
Yeah,
Wow. Oh my god.
that's
wow.
like one of the main tenets of being a holy user, whether it's being a priest or a paladin, is that you wholly believe what you're doing is for the greater good of the world,
That's
or else
insane.
you cannot use the power.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
So,
really cool.
It's cool. I like it.
didn't know
So
that.
I think paladins are cool due to the tenets thing. Do I think I think paladins that are purely like God is fighting through me aren't very cool.
Yeah.
But I think like the Baldur's Gate tenet or Baldur's Gate paladins, where you have like oaths,
Mhm.
like World of Warcraft, where you have like oaths. I think that's a cool concept.
Do you want to know what I would write
Ooh,
if I could just choose any genre?
tell me.
It's horror.
Really?
I would love to write horror.
What would be like? What would it be like monster horror, or would it be like paranormal? Like, do you know exactly? Like, do you have an idea cooked up in the brain at all? Just like just very general concept.
I'm obsessed with analog horror.
What? Give me a. I don't really know what that is just off the name.
Analog horror?
Yeah.
Oh man. Are you familiar with like the? I guess the best way I can. It's kind of hard to describe, so I guess the best way I can describe it is in the form of like. Have you seen like these certain YouTube videos? Have you seen like the Mandela catalog?
No.
Oh man, we should watch that.
Okay. Well, it was like you had to tell me what SCP was the last time we were talking.
Right. SCP is pretty cool. I do like SCP.
Is that analog horror?
But to an extent, yes. But
okay.
I would. I guess the best example is the idea of doppelgangers. Like in analog horror,
I hate that.
in analog horror, there is a concept of somebody that looks eerily similar to you, but they have some sort of physical deformity or something looks just wrong enough with them that they fall into that uncanny valley of like human-like figures.
I hate Uncanny Valley.
And their
hate it.
entire sole purpose is there to replace you.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that.
And it's oh man, I love it.
That is
I
dude.
love it because they look like people have been doing makeup for it and it looks so good.
Dude, if you were to
like
freaking
they look
yeah.
like you look at them and it's like my favorite part about analog horror is that it almost looks like it's found footage. So it's kind of through like a grainy camera lens.
Okay.
And because of that graininess, you're discomforted. You're like, that looks like a person,
like you're put on
but there
edge.
is something very clearly wrong with them that makes them not a human.
Yeah, I don't like dude, I don't know what it is. That concept, Uncanny Valley stuff really like I understand why you like it because it scares the shit out of me.
I love it.
Like there's a reason that people like watch it, right? It's because it's scary and it's interesting and it's like something you don't usually see. But it scares, like that kind of shit scares the stuff. Like that kind of stuff scares the shit out of me. I don't know how that happened, but I'm like thinking about it right now and I'm like getting tense because I'm like, ooh, I
would love to direct a short film.
Well,
on
it was
that.
like
I talked to Ona about it.
To direct a short film.
Yeah,
I
mean, I would love it if she did my makeup for it.
I think I'd be a good actor.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good actor.
I'd act. Yeah,
You'd be a good
do you need
actor.
actors?
I don't think so. I'm sorry.
How would you do it?
Already in my head, the way
you
that
already have it cooked up.
yeah, kind of.
Nice.
Already in my head, I'd want it to be a majority silent film.
Ooh, cool.
But the idea is sort of based around me as a person in general.
Cool.
It gets I stay up really late at night, and so sometimes at night when it's super late and I'm just kind of like I don't want to like be in my own thoughts, whatever. I'll go on a walk.
Oh, okay.
I really want to go out when it's like really foggy and shoot scenes of like me going on like seeing it's late, being like, thinking about it, getting warm clothes on, going on a walk, walking, kind of looking at the sidewalk, and then looking up and seeing far off in the distance somebody in like the fog standing under a lamppost, like just standing still, staring
menacingly. That'd be a SpongeBob reference and a half.
Yeah. But I really want to have them. Oh man, I don't even. There's just like there's so much.
There's like so much happening. No, dude.
But I don't want to like. I don't want to talk about it at all because I also know that I want it to happen.
That's what I'm gonna say. Here's the thing: is that you just need to wait till it happens and then shout it out when it does.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows that at this point, odds are it's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Right? You know what I'm saying?
It just takes a moment of okay, I'm gonna do this now. Like it's foggy, it makes sense. I'm gonna do this now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I love horror.
I've like never. I just moved the shit microphone. I like never. I don't know. I've never really liked horror.
Really?
I understand why people like horror, and so like that's why I'll still watch it. Is because like conceptually, I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It just doesn't. It's like the concept of, like doing something that makes you uncomfortable on purpose. It's like why am I doing that?
I guess so. Yeah,
I
can understand
that's
that.
kind of the underlying prospect, is that it's like because I would do a haunted house over a horror movie anytime, any day. I love the concept of a haunted house.
But it's see, that's the thing, is that oh man, that's so funny.
What?
You and I are very different people.
Really?
I do think haunted houses are kind of spooky, but my problem with them is it's expected.
Yeah, it doesn't feel scary.
I love psychologically fucking with people.
And that
adore the idea of you knowing something is going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
I'm your target audience for shit like that because I hate it and it makes me uncomfortable and scared.
That's what I love.
And so
I love it when there's like
I hate that feeling.
When you know something is coming, but you don't know when, and it's just silent. There's no background noise. There's no music. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
But I love it,
dude. And that's the thing is I understand why you love it, but I just when it happens I just like my family really likes horror movies. Like my mom's side of the family, they love horror movies. My sister, my mom, my older sister, they all love horror movies, and I've just never been on that wavelength. I don't know. Like it's just there were times I think it's because I was scared when I was younger. To be honest, I think I was just genuinely scared of like horror movies when I was younger.
That's fair.
And so I just never wanted to watch them into adulthood, but I'll watch them now and I'm not scared.
Sure.
They're not scary, but it's like I don't know. My brain doesn't like it. I feel like it elicits the same feeling that like the Jaws theme does. Yeah, like I feel like weird. I feel like it elicits the same feeling, or the same like goal. I guess maybe not the same feeling, but it's the same goal, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There is something like very. Oh man,
it's a very specific feeling.
I even love it when you know something's there. You just don't know when.
Oh, when the thing's gonna actually happen.
Yeah. Like
or
there's something about. To me, I always have like these pictures that show up in my head where I'm like, this is a good scene. This is scary. This makes me feel on edge. Almost like sleep paralysis.
Oh, weird.
You are like, you're trapped in some sort of room or something. In front of you, there's a doorway. And out of that doorway, you can just see two white eyes. And that's all you see.
That sounds awful.
And
that sounds terrible.
And it's dark.
Yeah.
You can't see the rest of the figure. All you see is the eyes. You know something might happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
Is it the concept of like being able to create those emotions in people? Is that what intrigues you?
I guess so.
Because or like it's like the ability.
Maybe that makes me a psychopath.
No, I wouldn't say so. In a film, if you were to like do this to your roommates or do this to like people that you know, just like all the time, you'd be a psychopath. But if the goal is to like direct a movie or like direct a short film to elicit that feelings in someone, that you're not a psychopath.
Okay.
But like if you were to be like, I know someone who's deathly afraid of spiders, now I'm gonna make them like a huge spider trap to fall into.
Yeah.
Like that's psycho.
Yeah, that is a little bit psycho.
Like, but
damn.
like
Yeah.
my idea.
My idea. Yeah, no, 100%.
But I definitely get that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You're right. We're very different people.
We're very different people
Where,
on that.
like,
on that front.
on that specifically, yeah.
And-
I'd fuck with. Do you like haunted houses though, or is it just like this doesn't interest you?
Well, I mean, I'm not a big jump scare guy. Like they do scare me. Like I don't like jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't like very sudden jump scares. I guess.
When I was in high school, one of the first dates I went on with this girl was to a haunted house, and I tried my best to be strong. I truly did.
You tried to be strong for her.
Right, because it was the first date. I wanted to feel, because it was high school too, right? So I wanted to feel like adult enough to like, right? That sounds weird to put it that way, but like,
I get what you're saying though.
and I'm like confident and shit walking in. I'm like, no, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And then we go in. I'm a fucking scared bitch. I will not lie.
You throw her to the wolves. You're like, take her.
Well, like at the end, the haunted houses, they do like the chainsaw guys. Gone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, because right, I know they're not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
So at that point, I almost think it's funny at the end to just run away. We didn't date for very long.
Dude, if anybody ever asked me to go to a haunted house, I'll be like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna like get down on one knee, and they're gonna be like, what are you doing? And I'm just gonna sprint through the house.
Oh my god! You'll bring the little like track stoppers. You're like, can you pick these up for me after I move?
yeah.
Like, that would be fucking awesome.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, I was. We didn't date for very long.
Yeah.
I guess is the way that I'll describe that.
Yeah.
So the rest of the story is irrelevant. But,
That's funny. We're coming up on the time.
Strong. Are we really?
Yeah, we're
That
up
was
on
a quick hour.
We're coming up on that time. It's we're coming up on that time. I'm about ready.
Do we call this the casting couch? Is that too much?
The casting couch?
Is that just not right?
I like the casting couch.
You like it?
Yeah. Welcome to the casting couch.
I do like the hot seat as well. For
the
when
hot
I have
seat
a
as
guest.
well.
I'm
we
excited
have a hot
for
seat
that.
over here. You guys can't see it, but
Yeah,
when we have
a
guests,
recliner.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, because it would feel a little weird to put someone in the center between us.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they want to be
can.
close. We have Bert.
Yeah. Yeah, we do have Bert. We have Bert the bee.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was a very interesting delve into two very different topics that we talked about for a long time.
Yeah, but I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied. I left smiling and satisfied.
Got me a good 2-3 pumps and then satisfied.
Why'd you say it like that, man?
What do you mean? I'm like crunk.
Anyway, on that
dude.
note, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it greatly. Huge shout out to Reflexes for doing this music and Pengu Kim for doing our design. Guys, if you have any things that you want us to talk about on the podcast, be sure to email us at mindmeldthepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is mindmeldthepodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to go check out our socials, being our Twitter, our Instagram. It's all going to be linked in the bio for like all of our platforms. But yeah, it's going to be it from us.
Yeah.
Mason, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pretend like we didn't take a break.
True. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.